Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Roy back again. Let's hang on for a moment. Let some peeps get on. I'll be back. Hello, my YouTubers. What's going on, Paul? What's going on, Adam, in the house? Take a gander. I got to take a minute here. I'm working on some stuff here on the side. You guys, let's gather some more peeps and we'll dig in deep in what you're looking at. All right, all right, all right. So, let's start off with this guy. What do you think you're looking at? Well, we'll start off by saying this is the inside ring, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to come out of all these coils in 3-phase, and we're going to come out into the center here, in between this ring and that ring. So obviously that ring right there represents that internal stator, okay? So we're going to build another stator facing inward that is going to be this outside ring. So the outside of that stator is going to be dampened, and all that will become the dampened north. And then the inside of this ring, this would be the south side. And then that right there is the south side of the inside, which would be dampened as well. And when I say dampened, I mean that this is a solid, not solid, but it's laminates, and all the backside of all these cores are all laminated together. So that's a dampening. So they're not really interested in the opposite pole on that side. They're projecting on one side only. And that's what we're going to do on both sides here, but we're going to be heading it inside. So it gets trapped in this ring, this outer ring and this inner ring. And we're going to start off, just say we start off up top here, and we'll get a little bit more clearer. Can you guys see that a little better? Yeah, thumbs up. So we'll start off with A. So the A coil represents the first set of coils. And the second, B and C. Then it starts over again, A, okay? So we're talking three-phase. So here's your A coil. On the outside will be your negative, which will be dampened. On your inside will be the south, which will be dampened. On the inside will be a south on the top side and a north on the inside, and that's your magnetic field. Now notice that I have these lines coming in and out. So these are actually high points in the cycle and low points in the cycle. So coil, 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 coil. Each one's a coil. Now each one is out of phase. So for instance, on your first A will be 0, and then B will be 120 degrees out of phase. And then over here is going to be your 240 out of phase, your C. So you'll have three phasing. And the three phasing in this setup here is going to be like if you took a brush and made a swoosh. So like if this was an armature and it was making contacts as a commutator, it would be swooshing across these, not making direct contact. But if this was a brush, it would be swooshing around making the contact. So what we have here is A, B, and C all contact at the same time and all the same intensity. And then you go back and start over again where your A, B, and C over here, which will be your next run. We'll start the process again. They'll all be hit at the same time, except where they'll be under a certain resistance. So what we're doing is we're dropping the pressure in between each one of these 36 poles. The resistance will be different on each set of, each set there'll be difference in there. So that'll make it a high pressure and a low pressure. High pressure and a low pressure. So every time you come across a north or a south and a north, in the center there'll be a wave. There's going to be a wave created that goes along the inside of this. So basically we're looking to create a electromagnetic accelerator in a toroid. So the process the cycle will start in the three-phase and work through as one unit. Then it'll go through the next unit, and then it'll go down all the way till it gets to about halfway point. And around here at the next A, B, C, then A. Think around here or around here, then it'll start working backwards. So the way I have it in design is the first group of A, B, and C is connected opposite. So that and that's connected, that and that's connected, that and that's connected, and then that and that's connected. So when the cycle goes halfway, it reverses itself. So what happens there is you'll have an oscillatory wave inside this chamber running around, sort of like the the PMH. The PMH, you get the PMH started with the energy, and then it's trapped inside. And the only way it'll come out is if you release it, and if you put a load on it, you'll suck the energy out of it. This, in the premise, would be that, except for you're going to continually put power in, and what you'll get out is power. But you won't have to put... It would be a better situation for a generator because you won't have moving parts. So you won't have the loud noise, and you wouldn't have to deal with the different selections there is for power. But this is the start. Building this chassis right here. And this right here is the ring that's going to get cut out. That stator will go in the middle, and then I'm going to notch around there, and then that's where these will be rewound, and you got the same core material that'll be on each one of those, identical going across. So we're going to create a magnetic field inside this space that goes around in a toroid. And we're looking to just start off right now, get it built, get the resistance figured out. What gave me the idea was this over here is a patent that was from 1909 or 1907. And it's Figueroa, I forget, some Mexican guy, has a patent on electromagnetic wave. And it made so much sense because you don't need moving parts. You just need to create the oscillatorial wave. So that's where that was created from. And then over here is, if it works in a straight linear, they say go ahead and do it in a toroid. So here I am in my makings of a toroid. And hopefully you enjoy. You guys, leave your comments. Peace out, my brothers.